Bonjour all you kiddos and kidettes. Thanks for coming back for drawing tutorial number 6. My name is Jonathan Thunder, an Ojibwe artist from the Red Lake Nation. Today we're going to be taking a look at drawing a wolf character, or Maingin. To do this, you're going to want to grab a pencil, a Sharpie, and an eraser. We're going to be going through this drawing together, so once you have these items on hand, get comfortable and let's make some art. Start with the head, as usual. So I think we'll go ahead and we'll just start with the top of the head. Right about here. And we're just gonna block in these shapes here. We'll worry about fur and texture and stuff like that after we get this kind of put together. There's an ear. I'm gonna go ahead and come across here and do another ear. Make it kind of a floppy ear just to have fun with it. And we'll see here, there's kind of the inside of that wolf's ear, something like that. I'm gonna have this kind of his brow be right about here, and have it kind of come out to his snout or his nose, whatever you want to call it. Right about there. So the nose is probably gonna look something like a triangle. Not completely triangular, but kind of that shape. And I think we're gonna put the back of the head right there. It's gonna hint at some of that furry texture that we'll definitely add a lot more later. Gonna mess with this nose just a little bit. The eyeball, probably gonna be right about here. Just gonna give him a little brow line. I'm actually gonna fix that. That's why we have this, whoops. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna change the shape of that eye just a little bit so he doesn't look so menacing. We definitely want this wolf to appear to be kind of humble. Another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this nose out just a little more. Make it just a little longer. There, kind of liking that. Now, the thing about wolves is you get these teeth. You know, normally they would have these big, beautiful teeth right here that they use to hunt with. They use to chew their food. But we're gonna wanna show some humility here. This wolf here, maybe has a kind of a bit of a slobbering problem. Maybe every time he talks, spit goes everywhere, and maybe gets germs all over the place. But I think this guy is talking to another wolf. We'll put that wolf right about there. And I think the thing about this wolf, it's gonna be kind of an elderly wolf. So we're gonna give that wolf some glasses. To help it see. Because when you get up there in age, sometimes your eyes go bad. I think it might actually be a little more telling of this wolf's age if the eyes are just a little higher. Right there. And we can give some big bushy eyebrows. That's kind of one way to show age when drawing a character. And we'll work on this other side of the head here. Make its other ear just a little scruffy looking. Just a little scruffy looking. So what we're gonna do, since we're working with kind of a humility theme, we're gonna put a mask on this guy so that he's not spitting his germs all over this poor elderly wolf right here. So before I get too far on this, I'm actually gonna draw just a little mask. Nothing too imposing. Right about there. Let's see how that works out. So you see this mask is, I guess it's a show of humility on this wolf's part because he has so much to show off. But he has humility and he cares about others. I think that's one show of humility is you kind of put others' needs before your needs once in a while. Some say that's a good sign of humility. Whatever that may be. You know, maybe you let somebody go in line before you, you know, or you just kind of consider somebody else's feelings, something along those lines. We're gonna make a little indent here for his eyeball. I'm just gonna erase that and put that little eye right in there. All right. And if he's got to wear one, we might as well put one on this old timer here. So these aren't like the masks that we're supposed to wear. You know, these are wolves, so it's just got a slightly different shape to it. I think what I'll do is just draw that right up to about there and bring that line right to about there too. There. You know, and that shows a little humility from this this old timer here because, you know, he's lived a lot of years. He probably doesn't want to have to wear one of these things, but he cares about the safety of this younger generation too. So he's gonna rock the mask till things are a little clear. It's kind of been a weird year, 2020. I think these masks are a good way to show, you know, who has a little bit of humility, who's thinking about others, who's thinking about other people's safety. So let's see, we're gonna bring this shoulder down here. And I think we're gonna bring this guy's shoulder down here too. I'm gonna do one of these stick figure kind of drawings. So this will be the shoulder, this will be the elbow, this will be the wrist, and I think this guy here, he's gonna have himself a little bit of a cane going on, just to kind of reinforce that character that he's one of these elderly wolves. So I'm going to take out that reference material there, and then I'm just going to rough this cane in here. I'll rough this in. And then this guy here, let's see, how can we make him kind of interesting? I think we'll give him a bag of groceries. Maybe he's dropping off some groceries for the elder. So we're gonna put a nice some kind of drumstick looking thing in there. Let's see. We'll put maybe like a fish. I think them wolves, they like fish just like everybody else too. And that's probably gonna be good for our grocery bag. Maybe we'll add another thing here. Another drummy. We'll just go ahead and add another drumstick right there. All right. So once again, working with the shoulder, elbow, wrist. So I'm starting to think that maybe this elder is a relative of this younger wolf, big strong wolf. He doesn't have anything to prove. He can wear a mask and protect his elder, show some respect. Let's see here. There, that looks pretty good to me. Okay. Wolves, they got these amazing tails. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give them a nice big furry tail. And you know, for the sake of this tutorial, I think we're gonna go ahead and just kind of have the bottom of these bodies just kind of trail off here. You don't always have to complete this stuff, you know. Sometimes when you're drawing, it's okay to keep it kind of almost like an image that's just sort of appearing on the screen here. This old wolf here. We're gonna have him kind of reaching out for that grocery bag. Let's see, I'm gonna try to give him a thumb. Just a little bit of a thumb there. And we'll kind of make a bit of a paw shape right there. All right. You know, with these masks, it's hard to, sometimes it's hard to tell what somebody's thinking. So I think I'm gonna just work on this eye just a little bit. I'd say that this is one situation where the term smiling eyes can kind of come into play. And when somebody's smiling, the bottom of their eye kind of pushes up like that. And then we can kind of have the other part of the eye doing the same thing. All right. So that looks good for the penciled part of this. Got everything blocked in. We're gonna go ahead and grab our Sharpie and make the rest of this stuff happen here. We're gonna reinforce these lines, and we'll add just a little more detail as we go through with the Sharpie here. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of start to work that fur effect. And we're not gonna draw every piece of fur. We're just going to kind of make some lines here that kind of insinuate that maybe these guys are a little furry. So just keep your wrist loose. Keep your hand moving back and forth. Kind of like this. You can make your character as furry as you want. Like if you want some of this fur to really come out like that, I think that's okay. Just gonna fix this mask line here. These Sharpies are really great, making a strong mark with minimal effort. Sometimes when you're drawing with just a pen, you kind of have to work. You have to work a space pretty good in order to get that kind of shading and line value, that line sensitivity that we talked about on the last tutorial. But with a Sharpie, it sort of gives you that line weight right away. Let's see, I'm gonna give this guy a little belly. Just gonna do the grocery bag here. Very quickly. Just make a little line there. Put in these drummies. These would probably be like turkey legs or something like that. Pretty sure wolves like turkey. And this little fish guy here too. I think this is a walleye. Probably a little walleye in the bag there. All right, that's one. Now we're gonna go ahead and do this fella. Just kind of going over these lines here. Just gonna make a little shape for his glasses. Bring this mask up. And keep this guy nice and furry. Oh yeah, these eyebrows. I'm loving these eyebrows. Real bushy. We're gonna make them real bushy. Okay, I'm actually going to give an inner rim these glasses here, just to kind of reinforce the idea that those are maybe some wireframe glasses on this guy. Just going over his ear. I'm going to shade this in just a little bit. Come down here to his arm. Just kind of having fun with the line work here, nothing too serious. Let me get that cane. bring that line down right there. Okay, so now that we kind of have that blocked in here, I think we can maybe work just a little bit on some of this inner texture. One good way to create the effect that there's a lot of hair, so create these little V shapes that I like to do. And I think, you know, that sort of saves you the idea that you have to draw every single piece of fur. You can go ahead and just draw those little tufts of fur, kind of little clumps of fur matted together, and that's going to give you the, you know, the idea that you're working with a lot of fur just by filling in some spaces like this. So that guy's looking pretty good. I think I'm actually going to put a little shading on his leg here, and that's going to make that look like the back leg. I'm going to put a little shading underneath his paw, and that's going to make it look like his paw is actually resting on this bag. And I think you know, if you draw like a little line kind of like that, kind of gives it the effect that there's a little wrinkle here happening from where he's depressing that bag. And we'll do a little bit of the same over here with this guy. We're gonna give him some fur all over his body. Just takes a second. I'm actually going to bring the front of his body down like that. And we might as well go ahead and give this guy, even though I didn't do it with the pencil, I think it's going to be pretty easy to go ahead and give this guy that cool wolf's tail. So in Minnesota, I think a lot of these wolves, they kind of have a little bit of shading at the end of their tail here. So I think we'll go ahead and just darken that in a little bit. Doesn't have to be anything special. You can work it as much as you want, or just kind of hint at it. Give this guy a little color in his mask. Maybe we'll give this guy a fun mask. Polka dots on there. Just playing around with the shading here a little bit. Trying to make sure these guys look a little three-dimensional. Maybe I can do something on this back arm here. Some shading on this back leg. Yeah, so I think that looks pretty good. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it right there. That is our Humble Wolf tutorial today, using pencil and Sharpie. Miigwech to everybody who followed along today in our pencil and Sharpie tutorial. I hope you had as much fun as I did drawing this wolf character. Feel free to post any pictures that came from this lesson today. My name is Jonathan Thunder. Join me next time as we draw a turtle together. I hope to see you back for that, and in the meantime, be safe, be well, Gimaajii, Mino.